Hey everyone, in this tutorial we're going to take a look at the new Puppet Stage tool for Cartoon Animator 5.3. This fantastic new tool allows you to use your keyboard to control animations in your project in real time, almost like you're controlling a character in a video game. Aside from character control, you can also trigger different effects and prop animations, making your production even more fun. Let's start off with the basics of operating your Puppet Stage tool. After updating to 5.3, you'll find a new Puppet Stage pack in the Content Manager, containing new assets including some demo projects, new characters, a variety of character and effect animations, as well as some scenes and props. If I load up this sample project, you'll see that the new Puppet Stage panel will automatically appear with a Puppet Stage profile already loaded, which we'll talk more about later. I can click on various motion cards that have been loaded here to see what each one triggers. There are various body animations, many of which include facial expressions as well. Each motion card contains information indicated by icons in the corners. On the top right, you'll see a pin icon. When this is active, that is the default motion that will play immediately upon initiating preview or record mode. On the top left is the hotkey that is assigned to trigger that motion. Pressing it on your keyboard will trigger it. On the bottom right is playback mode, and this card is set to mouse mode, which we'll explore shortly. The icon on the bottom left will indicate what type of motion has been assigned. In this case, it's freeform deformation or FFD. If I activate the pin on this idle motion assigned the W hotkey, it will automatically begin playing upon preview. You can also click on the playback mode in the bottom right. You can see the options change as I cycle through them. I can switch this one to single playback loop and toggle between it and the idle upon preview. So what about this motion card using the V hotkey that has mouse control? Mouse control is very useful if you want to control the pace of your motion. You can give it smoother or more dynamic rhythm based on your mouse movements, and when you left click and drag, you can control your character's eye focus. A single click will have the character's eyes glance briefly to where your cursor is. One of the coolest features of Puppet Stage is the ability to mix multiple motions and combine them into a single one. If we open up the Motion Mix window, you'll see a dummy with upper and lower body slots. When we preview, you can see that the default idle motion begins playing, and if I trigger the Q hotkey motion, both slots become occupied with that motion. What we can do here then is trigger one of the facial expression motion cards with the T hotkey, and you'll see that it will combine with our idle for a brand new motion that contains different facial expressions. You can also combine a body motion and facial expression together simultaneously by assigning them the same hotkey. If we assign these both to the S hotkey, you can see them trigger simultaneously during preview. Let's look at the camera hotkeys next, which allow you to switch to different cameras in real time during preview or recording. I've set up a close-up, mid-range, and wide shot here, so I can preview and switch to a close-up as I trigger the animation I assigned to the S hotkey earlier. You can also assign the same hotkey to a camera switch and motion, so that whenever a motion is played, the camera will also automatically switch. This can be used quite nicely if you trigger a close-up shot when a particular expression is started. There are also a number of set keys for common animation functions under your motion cards, including horizontal and vertical flip, visibility, and transparency. These can be combined with motions as well. For example, here you can see that we've assigned the O hotkey to both a motion and a transparency fadeout. There is also a fade in here, with the I hotkey assigned to both fade in and a hello animation. I can also add in a flip command from the motion bar, which will cause her to flip her wave animation and wave with the other hand instead. There are also a number of auxiliary objects that can be triggered as well. This crying motion here includes additional tear sprites. These can be accessed via the aux button at the top right, and you can see that they've already been assigned their own hotkeys. The tears were assigned the X hotkey, which is why they also appeared when we triggered that motion card. You can trigger any number of things in your scene, from different backgrounds to prop visibility like this microphone with the M hotkey. These items can all be found in your scene manager, and in this project, they're all set to be initially invisible, with visibility only triggered via the assigned hotkey. Now all of this data assigned to your character can be saved in a Puppet Stage profile under Animation. You can then load up different characters and assign your saved Puppet Stage profile to give them the same motion card library with the same settings. This is super useful when you want to have interchangeable characters with totally different styles, but the same set of performances. It can save you tons of time in certain cases. You can also save these profiles together with various props in a new dedicated Puppet Stage file. This data also includes all of your flock settings, which we talk about in a separate tutorial, not to mention the auxiliary items that we just covered. Make sure that all of the relevant items are selected in your scene manager, then go ahead and save, being sure to choose the Puppet Stage category. This allows you to load up everything in a flash for a quick and dynamic real-time performance. Keyboard control is just one of the small parts of Puppet Stage. Be sure to check out our other advanced Puppet Stage tutorials, including how to use it with mocap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.